You make the shoulder charts on race racing.
Shoulder charts or tackle? No, I'm joking. Now look, if it was a shoulder chart, the referee would have penalised him and we had a chance to win the game. It was a good tackle, well done, because I haven't seen Andre Esterhuizen being tackled back like that in a while. You know, if it was all legal, which I didn't have a good look at on the replay, then we should start tackling like that. You know, it's obviously something that's really effective, and if that's allowed, you know, we should hook onto it and execute it like that.
You have to make the shoulder charts on race.
One shoulder, the other arm's away. You'll be very lucky to get to over. It's a decision that could decide the match.
Yeah, to be clear, I agree. I don't think it's a clear shoulder for me.
Thinks it's okay from England's point of view. So does Ben Whitehouse, his assistant.
I believe there's enough of a wrap on the far side for it to be a big tackle.
Nearly over the 10-metre line.
On the last tackle, is that
This is
right?
the tackle.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, Farrell.
Hey, what's up guys? So for the past few days we've had I'll say one of the biggest stories in world rugby for a long time. What is it, Owen Farrell? Yeah, his father chipped in last night. But the Owen Farrell situation. So, you know when you watch something and you think, I think I've seen this before. Right, I think I've seen this. This is like a deja vu moment, and I did watch the game, the Welsh game, right? And I saw that, and when you see, because what happened is that the incident happened, the referee didn't see it. It was actually the TMO called it back. So when he calls it back, and when everyone's like, okay, what's going on here? And they show it, and you're like, oh man, this is a red card. Right, standard. This is a red card. It's a shoulder to the head, right? And then you see the number 10, and you're like, oh, it's Owen Farrell again. Now, I'll be honest with you. As a South African, I've got no love for this guy. I remember, like it was yesterday, what he did to Esterhuizen. So I've got no love for him. All right. So everyone is expecting, right? There's gonna be, you know, some punishment, right? And the debate was really about how long the punishment was gonna be, right? And it comes out on Tuesday. Yeah, it comes out on Tuesday that his red card has been rescinded, and he's not gonna miss any games. Supposedly, the guy who was tackling changed direction at the last moment, or he got pushed. That's why he couldn't adjust in time to actually make a legal tackle. All right. So everybody goes wild, right? Everybody goes wild. There is no flipping way, right? Not only was that tackle deserved a ban, but this is a repeated offender. I think when I do a video, when I actually do the editing, you guys are gonna see here, there should be examples, right, of Owen Farrell's brilliant, right, brilliant tackling technique. Now, so that was Tuesday. On Wednesday, the rumors start saying, you know, World Rugby might appeal, because supposedly the decision was made by the guys that are the Six Nations guys, because they're in charge of the warm-up games for the European countries. So World Rugby was going to appeal that decision, and on Thursday it was confirmed that World Rugby was going to appeal the decision. In the meantime, we had many quotes. Of course, Farrell Senior, the Irish coach, defended his son. He said it was ridiculous that we've been going on about it.
What I probably would say at this moment in time, that the circus that's gone on around all this is absolutely disgusting, in my opinion, disgusting. And I suppose those people that have loved the time in the sun get a few more days to keep going at that.
Of course, Steve Borthwick also thought that, you know, things had gotten personal, you know, regarding Owen Farrell.
The commentary around it seems to move from a issue around a tackle to personal attacks on the character of the man, which I think is just wrong.
Yeah, so of course you expected them to have that opinion. What is interesting, all right, seriously, what is interesting, I really think that what has happened with Owen Farrell was what they expected to happen from Owen Farrell. Owen Farrell, let me tell you this way, Owen Farrell was always going to get a ban, right? Owen Farrell was always going to get a ban, right? I know you're surprised with that. This rescinding of the red card, for me, that was just a ploy, all right? That was just a ploy to aggravate people, firstly, and secondly, to not give him a lengthy ban. So now think about this. So when the incident happened, everyone was saying 6 weeks. Can it get more than 6 weeks? And then everyone's like, no, maximum is 6 weeks, and blah, 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 blah. Now 6 weeks actually takes him out of the group stages of the World Cup, right? So what do these guys do? They rescind the yellow card, or the red card I should say, and make it a yellow card, right? Everybody's up in arms that not only is he not getting 6 weeks, but now people are like, no, there's no justice. You know, you've got the Pacific guys, you know, going wild on social media, you know, right? Playing and ex-former players of Pacific origin, because I think in the same time there's a guy who got 10 weeks because he did a spear tackle. But back to the Owen Farrell story, right? So people are now saying we want justice, all right? There's no flipping way that this guy can do such a tackle and not get banned, right? World Rugby appeals. Everybody's like, phew, at least they've grown some balls. At least now they're going to try and uphold their own laws, all right? And actually do something about Owen Farrell, right? Because he's a repeated offender, all right? The conversation, if you haven't realized, this is like a magic trick, right? The conversation has changed from the length of the ban, right, to just get him banned. Now, if World Rugby comes back and says, well, we're appealing and he should have gotten banned, he should have got banned, all right, and now we're going to ban him for 2 weeks. Everyone's going to be like, yay! At least justice was served. Was justice served though? Because people were arguing for 6 weeks or more, right? The guy has gone to tackling school or some shit like that. He's a repeated offender, right? But now people are asking for just justice. Just get him banned. It's no more about the length anymore. Even if World Rugby comes back and says 2 or 3 weeks, you know, that gives them half group games to play, you know, in the worst instance of 3 weeks or so like that. So I think that's how they've got us. They've got us on this one. They've got us on this one because we're gonna think it's a win, right? The 2-3 weeks, but in actual fact, I don't think it's a win. But if they had come out the gate and given him 2-3 weeks, people would have been up in arms and said, there's no way that this guy who has done so much only deserves 2-3 weeks. But the mere fact that they took it to the wild side, right? 0 weeks. Everyone went in arms. But now when they say 2 to 3 weeks, you're like, so there is justice. So I don't know, man. You know, I love my theories in this channel. You know, it's up for debate. So what do you guys think is going to happen? What do you think is happening with the situation? But yeah, it was an interesting, I think it's one of the biggest news stories in this World Cup cycle, especially with the World Cup around about a week or two away. Thinking that, you know, if such an incident can happen now and somebody gets 0, what's going to happen if they happen during the tournament, right? And can that affect, because you know in the rugby game it's not like a soccer game. Ma?